How y'all doing? Good, good.
Hey Rodney, did you know that you would end up coming back here pretty much most of the offseason, or was there still some up in the air?
I had a feeling that I'll be back here. I was pretty much around all summer just working out and just training here, so I did have a feeling that I would. But I didn't know the terms or anything, but I did have a feeling.
And obviously, being a veteran on this super young team,
Yeah.
I don't know, is the dynamic weird because of how young the guys are? It's not like Josh, 24, 25,
Yeah.
there's a lot of 19 and 20-year-olds. Is it different for you?
It's not really different because I played on teams where I had a veteran, like a guy like Udonis, and he's way older than all of us. So, you know what I mean? Like, the dynamic doesn't change. It's still the same game and still the same lingo. So it's just, it's the same thing out there, you know, just younger guys, and, you know, you just try to fast track them and teach them everything that you've learned and your years and a part of your journey as well.
Is that more difficult when it's so many guys that it's not like one or two where you can kind of take them under your wing and do that a little bit one-on-one, but now you're doing like 1-on-8?
Yeah, actually it's funner when it's a lot of guys because, you know, more guys are eager. These young guys are eager to learn and eager to ask questions, though. So that makes it exciting that when you see guys that are just so hungry to get better, it kind of excites you, and, you know what I mean? It just brings a different vibe, a different feel to the team, I would say.
You're going to have two guys in 𝐒𝐂𝐈𝐀 and Killian, both 20 years old, and they're going to have the ball in their hands a lot. You've been around this league long enough to know that teams that trust young guys that young with the ball, they go through some real growing pains. How do you kind of just fight your way through that?
Those guys are two mature guys. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're 20 years old, but Killian's learned from one of the best point guards that, you know, has played this game in Derrick Rose last year, and learning from guys like Corey Joseph, who's a vet who's learned from Tony Parker, one of the greatest point guards that played this game. So, and Cade just has so much poise, and, you know, like when you watch him play, you watch the way he carries himself, you wouldn't know he was 20 years old. You know, so those guys are mature guys, and, you know, they're eager to learn, picking people's brains, they constantly putting the work in. So I trust those guys. I would say that I really do trust those guys, and everyone makes mistakes. You know, I've seen the greatest of the greats turn the ball over 9 times, and Westbrook is a heck of a point guard, but he makes mistakes. You know, it's just a part of the game. No game is played perfect. No job is done perfect, and that's a part of growing and maturing, is to play through those mistakes and still have the same swagger and confidence that you have when you're having a good game.
What have you seen, especially compared to last year? Everybody came into the season pretty much on short notice, but you have 2 rookies that got 𝐒𝐻𝐿𝐼 last year. You're talking about the maturity with 𝐒𝐂𝐈𝐀 and just how does the energy feel at this point in the season compared to at this point last year?
It's a different season, man. The time of the year we came in, we didn't know when the season was starting last year. Like, it was just like, you really can't compare. You really can't compare that to any season, man. COVID season was just a tough year. Not really tough in the aspect of we were fortunate enough to not miss any games or deal with anything like that, but just tough in the way that we had to fast track, and those rookies had to, you know, just were thrown in the fire. Like, they didn't get the privilege of playing in summer league and having that, you know, just the feel of the NBA game that way. They were just thrown right into preseason games. And I would say that's the difference going into this year. Like, the young guys that, you know, who are signed a 2-way or coming into camp, those guys are well prepared because they had the experience of playing summer league, I would say. That's the only difference. But it's the same atmosphere, though. It's the same atmosphere. Guys just want to get better and competing. And, you know, you got older guys that have been around and been to different places, but bringing their same mentality that they've always had and just ready to compete.
All right, thanks, Rodney.
Thank y'all, man.
Appreciate it.
Take care.